Effectively integrating renewable energy into industrial processes has become a key issue in sustainable development. We explore an important study entitled Predictors for Green Energy versus Fossil Fuels, the Case of Industrial Waste and Biogases in European Union Context, which focuses on energy production and consumption across the 27 EU countries. The study used in-depth statistical methods and classification and regression trees to reveal how different levels of economic development impact energy utilization. This figure shows that gross electricity production increased with total production of industrial waste in countries with GDP per capita both above and below the EU average, although growth was slower in the group with GDP per capita below the average than in those with above average GDP. This figure shows that gross heat production increased with total production of industrial waste in both groups of countries with a similar upward trend, and therefore showed quite a similar evolution for the period between 2012 and 2022. This figure shows that final consumption increased with gross electricity production for industrial waste in both groups of countries, but the group with GDP per capita below the EU 27 average had a much slower growth than those with an above-average GDP. This figure shows that final consumption increased with gross heat production for industrial waste in both groups of countries, but the increase was barely perceptible in the group with GDP per capita below the EU 27 average. This figure shows that gross electricity production increased with total production of biogases in both groups of countries, but growth was slower in the group with GDP per capita below the EU 27 average. This figure shows that the group of countries with GDP below the EU mean showed a greater increase in gross heat production with total production of biomass than those with a GDP above the mean. The figure shows that the group of countries below the EU mean had better results than those of countries from the EU 27 above the European mean in the last study period of this research. This figure shows that the increase in final consumption with gross electricity production for biomass was similar for both groups of countries. As renewable technologies improve, we are moving towards a future where energy systems are not only greener but also more efficient and sustainable. This transition is crucial for combating climate change and ensuring a healthier planet for generations to come. This research highlights that the energy characteristics of countries in the EU 27 are influenced by economic development.